Good evening. Happy Monday. Thank you for joining me tonight. I am Julie with Creations by Julie. Ed's behind the camera. You're probably fixing to hear his phone. He's looking for us on Facebook. But I hope you've had a great weekend. And we actually, believe it or not, Texas finally cooled off. So we have the back door open. There's a little breeze blowing and it feels really nice. So tonight we're going to make a ribbon wreath using, not going to use any mesh at all. I'm going to use a small board from Unique in the Creek. I put the link to Unique in the Creek at the top of this video. You'll be able to find everything you need to make this wreath there. It might not be
Janice Resendez says hi.
Hi, Janice. Not maybe the exact sign I have, but she has some awesome signs, and she has all kinds of ribbon that you can pick out something to match that particular sign. She has a lot of different boards, so I say go to Unique in the Creek. You can buy everything you need for this project, even the zip ties. But before we do that, I guess Ed did find us, so I'm going to pull it up on mine, get it going. Maybe I can catch a couple of comments too. And I want to talk about the thank you recognition gift for this month. I showed it last week. I think it was Friday. I just now got it in. But, you know, something went crazy last week on our live. My iPad just went blank and went to the Apple symbol like we had turned it off. So I don't know what happened. I don't think it was internet. But anyway, then a few minutes later, when we turned it back on, then it started right back up. But we lost a few people. But you can go back and watch the replay in the end of that. We actually did 2 trees on Friday out of scrapbook paper. And I posted a picture of them on my Facebook page too. But this is the 2-tier tray from Magnolia Design Company. It comes, you'll get it just like this in this box. It comes in this beautiful wood, unfinished color, but it's still pretty. But it's not put together to make it easier to ship, of course. But it's real easy to put together. I mean, I don't think there's any instructions in here. I don't think you even need any. But you can stain this. You could paint it. You can stencil with it with the Magnolia stencils. You can use the rub-on transfers. Basically, whatever you want to do. But comment over and over on this live. Ed is going to just randomly, at some point or another, do a screenshot. And if you have made a comment, your name shows up in that screenshot, then your name goes into our blessing bag. Also, if you share this video to your page to help me grow my page and maybe get more viewers, then your name's going to go, and Facebook tells me that you've done it, your name will go in the blessing bag twice. We didn't want to leave off the people that couldn't catch the lives. Replay is an awesome thing. I would say 90% of the stuff I watch is replay.
Roseanne says, nice angel.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that angel. 90% of what I watch are replays. So if you're watching this and it's not live, just put hashtag replay. I'll go through and pick one name, and your name will go in the blessing bag. We draw at the end of the month, the very last day of November. If it's not a scheduled live, I will come on for just a few minutes to draw a name. And so that's what the recognition gift is for November. Really easy to get your name in there. It's just kind of helping me grow my page. Okay, I wanted to show y'all my angel. You remember I was showing you how to fold the pages of the book for the tree? Well, I went ahead and folded up that half of the book. This is like 200 pages. Basically, it's 100 pages, but you know, you've got front and back. So it's like 2-page, 200 in the book. And it took...
Thanks for the share, Miss Barbara.
It took me a while to get it done, but anyway, I figured out what I want. This is just the way I wanted to do it. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but I took the pages of the book and just did that accordion fold. And I actually sprayed her wings with a little bit of gold on the edges and stuff, and just used a, it's not really a ball, it's more like a knob. You can buy them at Hobby Lobby, but they have one flat side, and you can get them even larger than this. And then I just put, this is like one of those paper doilies from the Dollar Tree that I just cut. And I gave her some beads for a halo and necklace. But anyway, I think she turned out really cute. And I went real tiny with the bow because, you know, I didn't want a big old bow. So I may make some more of these. Again, this was made with one of the books from my mom. So, and this can be left out all year. You know, Christmas tree, you don't want to leave it out all year. But I just finished this morning, so I thought I'd show it to y'all, and, you know, y'all can try it. You do it the same way as with the tree. The flat tree, you know, she's flat down here. But it's done the same way, except when you get the tree done, then you add whatever accessories in her head. And a lot of people put little pipe cleaners or something there for her hands, but I just wanted her like this. I didn't want to.
Barbara Rosecrans asked, did you put her arms on their head?
Yes. The wings, I didn't put any
she said,
arms.
did you put the arms under her head?
I did not use any arms. You can see she doesn't have any arms. But she doesn't have any eyes either. So she doesn't have any feet, so what does she need arms for? So, no, I mean, a lot of people have come through here and put, like, pipe cleaners for arms. You could fix it and fold a little piece of cardboard, like she's reading a book or a Bible or singing. I didn't want all that. I just wanted the halo and the wings. So it's actually the tree base. Then you put the whatever. You could use real lace if you had real lace, or real a doily or something. And her wings, I put, it's between, you see on the back, it's between the tree and the head. So it's the tree, the wings, and then the head on top. You could do it to where you put the ball down and then glue the wings here to the back, but I felt like this would make her sturdier, and it looked fine to me because it's glued on better. But you almost have to glue right here in the center. You almost have to glue every fold together right there in the center. This is 3 pages of books, I believe. But anyway, I wanted to show y'all my angel. I think she turned out really cute, and I just put a little bitty gold bow, tiny, tiny ribbon. I tried 3 different ribbons before I found that one that I liked. Okay, so let's get going with our craft tonight. Ed's going to come down so that you can really see the board and what we're going to do. This is a small flower board from Unique in the Creek, and that's, I put the link in the top of my video. And I use probably the small flower board more often than I use anything. But you can, because you can pick what you want. You can do a flower or you can do a wreath. I wanted to do a wreath using no mesh, nothing but ribbons and a sign. So the first thing you're going to do, you got to have some tie wraps. So the first thing you want to do is there's 2, I call them indented. Ed calls them something else. But I call them indented. Right here at the top, you can see those 4 are kind of close together? Well, this one and this one kind of have the indentation. You can feel it. Doesn't feel like the others. Those are your hanging holes.
The countersunk.
Okay, you're going to go down to the board?
I'm already there. But I'm going further. But I'm waiting.
Okay. So you want to put your zip tie. When you're putting in zip ties, you always want to have the flat side like up. And when you put it through there so that you can flip it over, you can use anything. And just when you start to hear it, you'll feel it like click. Then that means, see, you can't pull it out. And then you would just clip this off and then you have your hanger. Now, you can use anything you want to for your hangers. I have used jute.
Barbara Rosecrans says she likes the small ones too.
Yeah, the small ones are my favorite. But you can use jute, you can use ribbon, you can use pipe cleaners. But you've got your zip ties right here, and they're plastic. You know, you might as well use them.
And Travis says hi, and she sprinkled.
Thank you, Ann. Appreciate it. Okay, so first thing you want to do is load your board. We're going to use, you have 16 holes around this side. Then you have 8, and then you have 8. Some of your boards, some of the newer boards, I want to say it's the second row. Lori added holes here in the middle between these two, just in case a flower or something you wanted to do 16. It wouldn't be so far from here to here to do shared holes. She put one here to where you'd go from here to here and then here to here. This is an older board, so it only has 8, but 8 was all I needed. Okay, so you're going to have a total, and I didn't use these, as we're going to use these for our sign. So you're actually using row 1, 2, and 3. 40 holes, 40, what do I want to call it, bundles of the ribbon that you're going to need. So you want to load the entire board except for these here in the middle. You've got 4 here in the middle. Don't load those. And of course, when we talk about loading, it just means putting your zip tie in one, bringing it up into the other with the flat side up to where you can zip it. You'll know if you have the wrong side because you don't hear the little click, click, you know, and it doesn't catch. You can just pull it loose. Then just take it out and redo it. So we're going to put in a couple because I'm going to show you how I put my ribbon on. And y'all know me, I've got one almost done so that you don't have to sit here and watch me put ribbon in 40 times. But we're going to do a couple here so that I can just show you. And when you choose your ribbon, after you've chose your sign, most of the time that's the first thing you do. You find a sign that you really love. And I'll show you my sign just here, 1 second. I'm just going to load these 4. But you would load the board all the way around except for the 4 here in the middle. No shared holes, no extra holes, 40 different zip ties. Okay? Now the ribbon, well, let me show you the sign, and then I'll show you why I chose the ribbon I did. Here's the sign I'm going to use. Simple colors, black and white, and red. This is a metal sign, and I believe it's an 8-inch. I believe it's considered, yeah, it's an 8-inch sign. You can get them at a lot of different places. Lori has some beautiful signs in the 8-inch. Okay, this is a metal sign. You have choices. If you're putting this in a mesh wreath, you could punch little holes here and run wire through it. But since I'm going to put this in the middle of this wreath, I chose to do the cable ties. And what you want to do with this sign, by the way, is from Personally Yours. It's PLY.com, I think, personally. But Lee is the middle, L-E-E, Personally Yours. She has some beautiful stuff too. But if you're going to use Lori to order the boards, you might as well order a sign and ribbon all from one place. But anyway, I had this sign. So I put these cable mounts on here. These are kind of small. They're like 3/4 of an inch, but it's a real lightweight sign. I used, you've got four sides. 2 sides I used E6000. 2 sides I used Gorilla Glue so that would stick it instantly, and then the E6000 would set up. So you want to do this probably the day before you make your sign to give your E6000 plenty of time to set up. Then I took my glue gun, and this is just something I do. You don't have to. I went around each edge kind of to glue it to the thing too. So, I mean, I don't think those are going to pop off. But you prepare your sign, and then when you get ready, you've got your cable mounts there, then you're just going to run your pipe cleaners through there. And it doesn't matter whether you go the side or whether you go the top and the bottom. This is what's going to go in the middle holes. So I'm just going to put my pipe cleaners through there. The sign will be the very last thing we put on. This keeps you from putting any kind of hole, and I think the holes could be seen. So there's our sign that we're going to use. Okay, the ribbon I chose this black and white, and it actually is from Hobby Lobby. I will tell you, it's not the best quality. It worked okay for what I wanted to do, but it's not the best quality ribbon, but it worked. But I wanted to do every other row different. So on the outside row, I chose this 2.5 inch. Then I chose this particular one for my 1.5 inch. I did the whole outside row with just these 2 ribbons, and then I'll show you. I'll cut them in a minute. Then I used this for row 2. I only needed 8 of them. This was the bottom. This was the top. So, I mean, it takes you a little bit to prepare your ribbons, but not real long. So what we're going to do to not use mesh, we're going to take, you could use just these 2 all over, and you would just need 2 rows of ribbon.
Barbara said it's cold here in New York and going to have a snowstorm starting tomorrow night.
Oh, gosh, I would love to see it. I wouldn't want to be out in it, but yeah, I don't think we're going to have a snowstorm, are we? It is supposed to get down to about 38, I think, one night. But just be careful, Barbara. But, you know, you New Yorkers, you know how to live in the snow. Okay, so, but what I was saying, if you wanted to do just 2, pick a 2.5 and a 1.5 that coordinate with your sign, and 1 row, if it's 10 yards, we'll do all 40. But I didn't need quite that much since I'm mixing it up a little bit. And there's no bow, nothing on this sign. So you're going to take your ribbon and you're going to cut it to 10 inches. You could go 11 if you want them a little bit longer. But just, you know, cut your ribbon at 10 inches. Take, and I did all this ahead of time, so I have them. Take them and fold them and bend them to where you can do the dove. Start at the fold and go towards your wire, and then you get a nice V. Now, the reason I said this is not great ribbon, and I didn't do a real good V on that side, I don't know if you can see, but it's got wire that sticks out. I believe I have seen Carrie take a match and like kind of burn the edges to keep that from happening. I didn't do that. But this ribbon, when you dovetail it like that, it kind of wants to like curl up. But it worked fine for what I wanted to do. So you're going to do, depending on how many, I used 24. Yeah. Did I say? No, you're going to have 32. You're going to have 16 and 16. You're going to have 32 total. It would have been 40 if you'd done some in the middle.
And Travis says Walmart ribbon usually does that.
Does it? Somebody I saw was...
It is Walmart, isn't it?
No, this is Hobby Lobby from the fall section. Somebody in a live I watched today, and I think it was Yvonne on... Southern Finds or something like that, talked about the Walmart ribbon that was the black and white wired ribbon is really good quality this year. I don't know that I've ever bought ribbon at Walmart, but I may have to get a roll of it to see because I wasn't crazy about this. Okay, this one I have like a 50-yard from Crinkles Design, and it's a good ribbon. I mean, so your 1.5, it's going to go on the top. You want it 5.5 inches, roughly. Okay? You're only going to dovetail one end of it. Like that. Okay? So like I said, depending on how many, if you plan to do it all in just two things of ribbon, you would need 32 sets like this. Okay? I did 24 like this, and I did 8 for just row 2 of the red and the white. Same thing, 10 inches, 5.5 inches.
Kathy Nunkirk said, good evening from Pennsylvania. Cold here.
Yeah.
And Miss Ann said it was cold in Alabama, but Karen Bard Hunter said it was still hot in Florida.
Oh, well, I'll bet it's coming, Karen. I mean, it turned, Ed actually has on a jacket with a hood in the house. He's cold-natured. I'm barefooted. But, okay, so you've got your ribbon. So what you're going to do is take your ribbon, go ahead and, find the middle, because you're going to take it and turn it. You want them about the same size. Okay, and see how I'm like it's wanting to curl under? Okay, then I'm going to take it and take this nub. This is where I want you to see what I'm doing, because you're going to do the same thing over and over and over. Take this nub and put it in about, there's a line that goes around. I put it maybe a ½ inch over that line, like this.
And Travis said she's barefooted too.
And then I take the ribbon that's going to go on top and just pinch it together and put it in there, so that you've got your 1.5 over your 2.5, and then just close it up like that. So that's kind of what you've got. Now, if you wanted to run a little bit of glue right here, I did actually, because a lot of people will grab a leaf, grab a wreath by the outside edges, and you don't, zip ties, do not use pipe cleaners with this, because pipe cleaners won't hold it tight enough. Use your zip ties. And it just makes such a clean back on your board. I'll show you later. But I added a little bit of glue to just the outer row, because I'm guilty of that sometimes, just picking it up. So what I chose to do, you can do them all just alike. You can do, you figure out the pattern you like. You could do one like this, one with the red and the white, then another plaid, red and white, and alternate it, because you have an even number, okay? I just chose to do them all like this on the outer. And once you get it done and you need to trim, that petal, you call it. It's not really a petal because it's with ribbon.
Miss Karen says she needs to make an order for UITC boards.
Yeah, I think I have quite a few to last. I'm trying my hardest not to order any supplies. And I put together several kits for y'all. Don't forget, you can find a complete kit, not of this one, but I have several that you get everything you need to make a wreath. And if you use the code that I've given on my lives, that's just here, what did I say it was? I had to write it down. Live bonus. You'll save 20% off your order until the 15th of December. Okay, so that's kind of what you would do to get your pattern going, okay? Now, see, I have my ribbon already ready, and this is what you've got when you get the outer two. I did this pattern ribbon all on the outside. I did the red and the white on the second row. See, here's your outer row, here's your second row. There's just 8 of them. Now we're going to work on the third row, so you only have to sit here and watch me do 8. And there's my hanger. See how it kind of curls? I guess with ribbon it's no big deal, but I'm just not, I wouldn't go back and buy another roll of that. Let's put it that way. Okay, so, that's very colorful and very pretty. And see, it's going to be really pretty with sun in the center. It doesn't need anything else. Okay, so it doesn't matter where you start. I've already, we had already preloaded these. And I have my ribbon cut. And I'm just going to, it's already got the center. So I'm just going to gather it, twist it. I think the black and the red and white stuff's very pretty. And I'm going to put it in there and just kind of finagle it a little bit. And then gather up your other one. It's just one simple little strip. And then put it on there and tighten. Okay? And we're going to go all the way around like that. Really doesn't take very long. Okay, while I'm doing this, y'all tell me what you did this weekend. Did anybody start decorating for Christmas? A lot of people have already put up their Christmas trees. I don't normally put up my tree till Thanksgiving Day or the day after, but we're going to be in Mississippi, and I told Ed we're going to come home, I guess, the weekend right after Thanksgiving. But I'll probably be too tired to start decorating immediately. So I was thinking that next Monday, which is what, the 27th or something like that, that I might put up my trees. But I was telling Ed today.
And Travis says her tree is up, mostly decorated.
Oh, good. She's ready. I think tomorrow I'm going to start taking down all my pumpkins and all my fall stuff and just kind of, because, y'all, all the trees that we made last week are sitting in my living room by the fireplace over in a corner, just kind of, because I have out pumpkins everywhere. So I think I'm going to at least start with the fireplace and pack away my pumpkins and get ready to put out all my trees. So I would like it if this ribbon was a little thicker. You just want to make sure you get the little nub in there, otherwise it'll come out. And you only
says she likes the colors.
I do too. I like these. I think it's going to be a bright, pretty. And it wouldn't have to be just Christmas because it's snowmen. You could leave this out for January until you get ready to put up your Valentine's stuff. And it doesn't, your prep is the longest, of course, cutting your ribbons and, or figuring out what you want to do. Putting it together doesn't take that long at all.
And Travis said that ribbon you sent me was nice quality.
Yeah, and I'm glad you liked it. I don't remember where I got that. I do remember it was the sweater pattern, because I think I also have a 2.5 inch. I think I sent you the 1.5. And it's got so many colors in it. That's what I liked about it. Okay, see, people are not going to grab it by the ribbons here in the middle. If anything, they'll grab it by one of the outside ribbons. That's why I went ahead and glued those. These, I believe, these others will be in here. And see, we didn't use the share. At first, I thought I was going to have to add extra holes, but this ribbon covers all that, so you don't need the extra. That one's got a little piece of wire that's bugging me. I don't like that when ribbon does that. And I don't know if it's because maybe my scissors aren't real sharp. I like to put my finger in that when I put it in there so that I know it has gotten the entire little nub and not just one side of it. And before you tighten it real tight, that's when you can kind of straighten out your ribbons. That one looks like it tried to fray a little. I'm probably going to have to straighten that up. let me do that now so I don't forget it. It's just like that ribbon where I cut it is trying to fray. And I'm doing it backwards than what you normally do. You usually go from the fold to the wire. Okay. And that top one, you can kind of take your finger and kind of curl it. Okay, we only have 3 more to go. And like I said, I don't think you could put a bow at the top or the bottom of this if you wanted to. I just don't really think it needs it. I think it's plenty bright enough the way it is. You could cut your ribbon a little longer if you want to. I've gotten to where I don't like to make the huge wreaths because it costs too much money. I like to try to keep it in at least a 22 by 22 by 4 box.
Janice, Mike Midas Resendez says, do you think that you can make one similar with one of the Dollar Tree metal frames? Just wondering, since I have so many of them.
You know, you might could, but the only thing is, I don't know how well the zip ties would do. Pipe cleaners would be really hard, and I'm afraid the zip ties would really slide on those wires. So you might just have to take it and try and see what you can work out. It wouldn't be as easy as it is on the board, but it might be doable. It would just, it would be a little harder and it would take you longer.
If you make one, though, send us a picture.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. And the reason is these run, what's the word I want to say, horizontal, where your rows on your Dollar Tree frame, your zip tie would almost be vertical.
And Travis says Dollar Tree has boards similar to this.
Yeah, but now I've never seen them in our Dollar Tree. I think they had to take them off the shelf because it was a violation of the patent. Somebody had said they were really thin. I don't know. I never saw one. I think they're real, that you can almost bend them, is from what I understand. They're very, very light and flexible. And the thing about the Unique and the Creek board is they're so sturdy because they're hard plastic. Okay. I have to keep looking because I'm not even sure this ribbon has a right and a wrong. I like ribbon like that. Okay, I'm just going to lay it down a little bit.
Paula Boland said it takes a lot of ribbon on a wire frame, 4 times more than the Unique bolts.
Really? Yeah, I would think so because of the way you have to put it on. Is that the same one I trimmed a while ago? It almost looks like it's... See, this wouldn't even take, 2 whole things of ribbon if you did them all the same colors. I may have to spray that to keep that. Okay, let me get that off there. Get them all to kind of lie down. That's the whole idea, is to kind of make it a little flat so that it can go between a storm door and a wooden door. All right, now I have what they call a zip tie gun, and I really like my zip tie gun. But you can use the regular
Thanks.
dikes. I call them snips or whatever, and just pull it as tight as you can pull it and clip it right at the bottom.
Janice McWater's rescinded wants to know, do I order a board from you?
No, I don't sell the boards. I put the link at the top, Unique in the Creek, or Amazon. But if you just need boards, and I have ordered them quite a bit from Amazon, you have to order a 5-pack. So it's about $20, $25, I think. But you order 5 of the same board. And I have ordered them from Amazon because you get them a lot quicker. But if you need to order ribbon and a sign or something, you could just order it all from Unique in the Creek.
And that's a small board. They've got a large.
Yeah, they have a large one. They have a cross. They have wings. They have what they call the rail board. Now, some of my kits may have this board in it under the kits. But it wouldn't be with the ribbon. It would be probably a flower. Hand me mine. There it is. I'm not hunting my zip tie gun. This is what they call a zip tie gun. And it just catches. I like it because you put the zip tie in this little thing here. It's got teeth. And it actually tightens the zip tie before it cuts it. It tightens and cuts at the same time.
She's out and then got
Yeah,
one.
I ordered me a new one off Amazon. They're not really expensive. I'm going to say maybe $15. But if you do a lot of these boards, they're very handy. And see, I had gotten most of them as tight as they'd go. Tightening. I mean, it is tightening them, but they're as tight.
It's designed to
Tighten and cut. Okay. You need to do a screenshot because we're almost finished with this wreath. We got to put the...
Got it.
Okay. Got to put the sign on it. Depending on your sign, you could do another row and just do a little round center. Like Michelle, Monkey's Creation, sells those little glittery center. But an 8-ounce sign is great size.
8 ounce?
8 ounce. 8 inch. That's why Ed's here. Oh, wait. I got to make sure when you put your sign on, you got to make sure the wreath is right. I got to find my hanger. So my sign is going to have to go this way.
Oh, Nancy Amsterdam wants to know, says greetings to both of you. Sorry I got in late. What is the length of the ribbons, please?
These ribbons are from different places. The black and white check, I actually got at Hobby Lobby.
You won't know length.
I know I don't have a link for the ribbons. I did put a link to where you can find a sign you like. This sign came from Personally Yours, PLY.com. But Lori sells the boards. She has signs. She sells ribbon. You could find a sign that you like, pick out a ribbon to match and a board. You can even order the zip ties from at Unique in the Creek.
I want to know the length you cut in the ribbons.
Length, not link.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, that was information y'all needed anyway, right? Okay, the length of the ribbon. The 2.5 inch was 10 inches. The narrow ribbon is just one strip, 5.5 inches. I thought you said link.
No, length.
Oh, I'm deaf.
Yeah,
Okay.
I might have stuttered a little.
All right. Is that going to be centered or is it turned?
Let me come up. Hang on.
I would have to go out there and hang it up. Is the...
Just a little one. There you go.
I didn't turn it yet.
Yeah,
Well, I might have turned the board.
Barbara Rosecan says 10 plus 5.
Yeah, 5 to 5.5. I cut them 5.5, and then some of them I turned. Anyway, then make sure your sign is on there. Now, you definitely could put a bow here, put a bow here, but I like the flatness. If you don't like the flatness, take your ribbon things and kind of curl them. Kind of make a frame around your sign. You could definitely do them all of this red and white. I did the outer row. If you're just joining, I did the outer row all. This was the 2.5. This was the 1.5. 10 inches on this one, 5.5 on this one, just one strip. And then I did row 2 in the red, 10 inches, white, 5.5. And then you put one piece on there and put the strip right in the middle of them. So you could kind of raise those a little bit if you want to. You actually, if you wanted to go a little longer, it's just a personal preference. I tried the 10-inch and I thought that looks okay, and it's going to make a big enough wreath. So that's what I did. You could actually do you could do 12 inches if you wanted to. Just takes a little more ribbon. Okay, and that's it. Like I said, I'm going to look for some better black and white check. Now, I would take this outside and spray it good with an acrylic spray because that would help it keep its color, and it would keep these ends of this ribbon from fraying at all. So.
And you spray everything you sell?
I do. Anything goes on my website, I have sprayed with the sealer. Just to kind of help it keep its color and so that it doesn't fray any longer. You absolutely could take this ribbon and kind of make it 3D and put a, because see these ones on the inner, it took up a good bit of them with the sign. So definitely could have gone longer on these 8 inner ones because there's the end of the.
And Travis wants to know if you spray the sign.
Sometimes I do. I mean, sometimes I don't. I don't specifically make sure I spray the sign. It might get on there when I'm spraying around the edges. But most of these signs are already been sprayed with something. Some people tell you they haven't been, especially if it's a wood sign. Some people say that it has not been protected. Okay, so what do y'all think? Hey, look how quick and easy that was. But what I was saying, you definitely could take some ribbon and put a bow right here to kind of make it like 3D. But it's just a very quick, and look how, well, I need to cut these. And with these, you just twist them a couple of times and cut it off, and I'm going to put them back through one. Choose one of those holes and just run it back through there to where it's flat. And if you need to take it off to change, then they're real easy to take off. And I usually right here in the center that's where I put my business card.
So 2 or 3 years down the line, they'll remember where they bought it.
Yeah. But look, I mean, see, there's nothing sharp that's going to mess up anybody's door. And it's thin enough, see from the side, that it will go between the doors.
Thank y'all for the good comments, and thank you for the sprinkles.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Add to another screenshot okay. So we want to make sure we get 2 screenshots so that you get your names in our blessing bag. And Thursday, I'm going to show you how to take a work wreath, they call them, because it's got the little pipe cleaners, tassels, things already attached to it. And I'm going to show you how to make a centerpiece. It can be used as a small wreath, but I'm going to make it as a centerpiece.
Janice, my daughter's Resendez wants to know what size board. It's a small board.
It's small flower board. It is actually, the board itself looks to be, hang on, I think 13 inches, 12 inches. The board itself is 12 inches. They have what they call a large flower board that's probably 14 or 16 inches. I I have just found that, to me, Lori loves the large board. That's about all she uses. I just try to do smaller wreaths because shipping has gotten so bad. You know, I don't want to charge people $40 for shipping.
Barbara Rosecrans says, nice family photo you posted today.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, they all came to Conroe, which is about 2-hour drive from here.
1 hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah. And of course, the two kids, Pam's two kids are in college in Sam Houston, so they were only like 45 minutes away, so they came. We had a good time, and I'm glad they got to come. Okay, this finished from end to end, tip to tip, is almost 20 inches. So see, we added, what did I say that was, 12? We added 8 inches when you put ribbons and stuff on it. But I mean, this is not as full as one you would make with mesh. You know, it's not puffy and full, but I thought it would make a very pretty wreath for just ribbon. Okay, that's it for tonight. I appreciate y'all being on, and we've gotten the screenshots. I'll get them off of Ed's phone. Hand me my angel. Let me show my angel one more time. She's kind of hard to pick up unless you touch her pages. This is the angel that I finished today. This was done with one of Mama's paperback books, done the same way I told y'all to do the tree, and then I just added the little doily. This is from the book. It's just folded wings, and then you put a little head on top, and I just gave her little beads for a necklace and a tiny little bow. I like her. Ed likes her better than the tree. And she can be left out year-round. I mean, she's not just a Christmas decoration. So I like that part of it, which is why I went ahead and thought, okay, I'll try it. There's a lot of different ways. You could put arms on her. You could put her holding a hymn book, or, you know, there's different ways to do the wings. I get most of my ideas off of Pinterest. And you can just go on Pinterest and type in what you're looking for, and all kinds of things will come up. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but you can go to YouTube, type in a search for Creations by Julie. I take all my videos, and I haven't been able to do the last 2 because for some reason they wouldn't let me upload them. Or did I finally figure out how to do it straight?
I think you got them on there.
Did I? I usually try like the next day. And I may have gotten them on there. But anyway, you can find all my videos that I've done for the last year or so on YouTube. And it's a lot easier to find than scrolling through and looking for videos. But I try to keep everything. It's actually under Ed's name on his channel or whatever. So, but if you just do search for Creations by Julie, you can find my videos and go back and watch them. All right, I appreciate y'all being here. I hope you have a great week. We will be back Thursday. Then next week, we will not be on at all. The week of Thanksgiving, we'll be out of state. So we won't be on at all. But Thursday, I'm going to do, I think, as it stands right now, I'm going to do a centerpiece. If I get it all together. It will be one that I'll do it as I go. I'm not going to make one ahead of time because I only have one frame like that, and I want to show y'all what it looks like.
And
so,
Waters Rescinded says she's going on YouTube now.
Oh, well, you can look. Did we put it on YouTube? Was it the very first? One of the very first videos. If y'all want to laugh, one of the very first videos we did. Just scroll all the way to the bottom. I'm not positive I put it on there.
No, we didn't.
My kids kept it. They love to go back and look at it because we're trying to figure things out, you know, and Ed's trying to figure out the iPad and all this. I think he does it the first 2 videos that I did, lives. He accidentally hits the flip button, and you see his face. And he's just like, ah! That's just the way he reacts to things. But he got it flipped back pretty quick. And we were talking last night. I don't know if y'all have been with me since the beginning, but when we first started, if you go back and watch some of those old lives, he whispers because he doesn't want anybody to hear him. You still can hear him. He's got over that. You know, now he's telling me how to craft. So he's definitely gotten used to this. But he likes to kid and say, I'm working him to death, you know, but he's enjoying it. Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. And be sure, like I said, you can go to Unique in the Creek and find everything you need. Now, I don't know that she has anything close. I'm sure she has something close to this sign. But you can pick out your sign first, then pick out your ribbons. You only need 2 rows if you want to do them all, just 2 colors. And you can get the zip ties from her, all of it. Lori's a great lady to work with, and I love watching her videos, and she's always coming up with something new and different. She is also on YouTube if you search Unique in the Creek, and she has tutorials for every petal imaginable. And so you want to make sure you follow her. So I will see y'all Thursday night at 6 o'clock. And have a great week. Bye.